Yo guys, this is Reinhardt and people ask me if I am gonna play Diablo 3 and what I think of it. And I think that, to be honest, this is the first game where I multiple times wiped on hell difficulty. And I absolutely fucking loved it because it was actually difficult and challenging. So I'm gonna actually have a fight for you guys. Belial on a hell difficulty, solo kill. I didn't do it from the first try, I did it from, I think it was my third try that I actually was able to get him down. And I didn't do anything spectacular or didn't even change my strategies. Um, but I just got basically very bad RNG in a second phase, or a third phase, so to say. So anyway, in the beginning, I guess you guys can see I'm playing Witch Doctor. I'm 56 Witch Doctor, and right now I'm gonna apply as much aids and possible dots on these maps. I'm just gonna kite them around and use my health globe as I need them. I actually was so conservative with the health globes that some of them actually disappeared for just standing on the ground for such a good amount of time. My Witch Doctor is a hybrid between, I would say, more of like a tanky slash uh, has a decent amount of healing. His number one heals him for 15%, and his number two heals him for I think it's like 1500 per map, which was actually very helpful. So he's a hybrid between tanking and healing because he does have a good amount of HP. And I was running with my friend Aaron, and he went Witch Doctor too, but he went more like AoE DPS spec. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go actually very tanky Witch Doctor and see how it turns out. Well, it's actually not bad, especially with a good amount of HP, regen, and actually, I would say, um, Jungle Fortitude, which is 20% damage reduction. So the first trick on the first guy is actually this whole boss fight is all about the patience and endurance. The fight was about 12 to 13 minutes long, and yes, it's a 12 to 13 minute video. And I am gonna actually stop talking because you guys probably hate my accent by now. And I'm gonna turn into some music. But I just wanna let you know what I actually did here. For the first sort of like first or second phases where you're fighting a lot of ads, I dotted up them as much as possible. Put my pet out on off cooldown because I needed that a little bit aggro management for it to actually hold in place. And if you are not top tough and your pet is actually half HP, do not be afraid to use a healing blow. So same thing applies with the followers, and I have no idea why I'm actually not using a follower because I got, I guess, so into actually playing with my friends that I forgot the followers actually existed in this role. So yeah, this is actually a legitimate solo kill without a follower. Awesome. So anyway, that's for the first phase. Kite with a lot of aids, a lot of dots. And I am just gonna fast forward here a little bit. The boss by itself is actually pretty complicated because he has roughly about 1-2 point mil HP that you have to grind through in the third phase, and he also has about, I don't know, like 700-800k in the first two phases plus the ads. So roughly you will probably need to do effectively at least, I would say, like 3 to 3.5 million damage. So just don't get despaired. The fight is gonna be long and it's gonna be annoying and tiring. And especially solo getting it by yourself, that means that you have no absolutely reses. So if you fuck up and you die and you're not gonna get rest. So I think it's best to do a duo trio on this, but make sure you have a really good people, the really good uh, players with you, because sometimes I'm running with the players and they're absolutely terrible. Anyway, I have Hunt to do healing, and I have a Spirit Barrage that recovers me mana every time I use it. And my first dart is actually mana recovery as well. And the reason why I switched to it is because you need as much healing as possible. He's those AoEs, he almost instantaneously attacks you, and there's little you can do to prevent it. And on top of it, he can instantaneously just go ahead and attack it once. Plus his whole thing AoE, I found that two safe spots are on the two sides. It hits not much, only like 6k, but still. This is probably the hardest thing. It's where you need to be cutting, because when you're cutting you will have to understand where they are gonna explode, and don't step on them like I just did now. But these guys, these things are very bad. If you have followers or companions, please use them, because if they can take out those aggro, go ahead. Like as you guys can see, he just puts that shit on the ground and he instantaneously attacks it, and there's not much you can do. Use the healing globes, I would say, conservatively, because you will need them. And one more thing I forgot completely to say is that I was out of potions for the. I just used one potion in the entire fight. It was actually when the bots and the ads appear, and I haven't used the potions ever since because I was out. Yes, I'm a noob. I was out of potions. Sue me. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking by now and just gonna turn on some music, chillax guys, and have fun. Thank you for watching, and до свидания.
Dancing on the beat.